Hello everyone, welcome to my 2025 reset video that I do every year during New Year's. I'm going to be reflecting on the previous year. I'm going to be talking about New Year and what I hope to accomplish and all that jazz. This is my 4th year doing a video like this, but today we're gonna be cozy. We are in this bed, we're going to be chatting and having a very casual chatty video. I am coming into 2025 with just different energy. So I hope you're ready. No, this microphone is not plugged in. I just am here solely for the vibes. So let's go ahead and chat. So first, to reflect on 2024, I wanted to share with you the overarching theme and all that I wanted to live by that year. So the word that I chose was stability, and the theme that I wanted was to find stability in areas that were uncertain, prioritize doing what I need to do over what I want to do, and seek things that fulfill my life. So with the whole stability thing, it was honestly because I was going through so many changes, or at least I was anticipating to go through a lot of changes. Around late August, early September, I knew that so many things were going to be different, and I'm somebody who does not handle change well. So I tried to get ahead of it and try to do things to help me find stability and hopefully help myself prepare for it, because I don't do well with change. I am somebody who loves what I love, and especially when it comes to my comfort zone, that is my safe space, and it was going to be changing in 2024. So I wanted to try my best to, well, one, find a new safe space, and also just mentally prepare for it, because I just knew that I was not going to like whatever changes that were going to happen, or at least temporarily. I knew that there was going to be an adjustment period that I knew I had to get ahead of. So that was the main reason why I put stability. And then in terms of prioritizing what I need to do over what I want to do, it was because in last year's video I talked a lot about the 2023 goals, and the goals that I did really well with were ones that were fun. When it had to do with fun goals, you don't have to remind me to do fun things, and so I kind of killed the fun goals. But in terms of the things that required discipline, the things that I didn't want to do, at my health and wellness goals, I just allowed them to take a backseat. And so for 2024, I told myself that I wanted to prioritize it, and I even left a message for future me. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert that clip right here. Girl, Amina, if you're filming your 2025 reset, because I know you're gonna make a goal about health and wellness and all that stuff, I swear to God, if you didn't make a difference, I'm gonna beat you up. What? Okay, but seriously, we cannot do that. I have an excuse. I have an excuse. What's your excuse? Because we did not just learn all these things, reflect on 2023 for 2025, Amina, to suck this bad. You literally suck. I swear, I gotta insert this here because I have to embarrass myself if I'm on the same crap. I just have to. And yeah, I deserve that beating for sure, because 2024 in terms of health and wellness, or at least exercise, oof, definitely flopped. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Yeah, I definitely wanted to prioritize things that were really important, especially my health. And then also I wanted to seek things that fulfill my life, because I wanted to get off my screen more. I wanted to do more things with my hands. I wanted to fall into my hobbies and really take time doing things that I love. So that was also a very big priority of mine. And it was very funny because looking back, I was ready to reinvent myself. I was so motivated. I literally had a 3-part series for my New Year's reset in 2024 where I go into the nitty-gritty about reflection, goal setting, vision boards, the whole bit, how to really achieve your goals and thrive. And so I was ready, girl. I had goals for every aspect of my life, which I was hoping to lead me to a better version of myself. I thought 2024, or at least I was working towards 2024 being that year for me, that I have every category of my life: finances, personal, YouTube, career, health and wellness, relationship, every aspect of my life I wanted to be optimized to the fullest, so that I come out on the other side a renewed version of myself, a better version of myself. And that is the energy that I feel I was radiating. And looking back, I think that's kind of funny, because I've never resonated with the whole hustle culture. I never resonated with hustling, you know what I mean? And here I was hustling. And I think a large part of that had to do with the instability that I was anticipating. And I felt like if I worked really hard in these areas that it would like mitigate the degree of change that I was gonna feel. I don't know, it made sense in my head. Like if I work hard in all these aspects, then the change would be different, because also like, you know, if you completely change your life, then you can change your future. And I feel like that was a big reason why I was ready to have like this new version of myself. And it's crazy because around spring, summertime, girl, my anxiety skyrocketed. Like I was getting closer to the change occurring. I felt so uncertain, very unstable, and my goals were neglected. Like I felt like I couldn't work towards my goals when I felt like I was drowning and I was like in survival mode. And it definitely reminded me of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, my basic needs were definitely being met, and I feel like maybe I'm being a little dramatic when I'm talking about instability, because there are people who like are homeless and people who have actual like instability, and mine was definitely not to that extent, but mentally at least I didn't feel like I was doing well. So I was like, goals where? Like who cares about goals? I feel like I was just in survival mode. So my goals definitely took a back seat and I was not focused on it whatsoever. Hence, again, like the exercise aspect, which shoot, maybe I'm making excuses, but I'm just gonna roll with it, because it's not even just with that. Like I felt like in a lot of other areas I wasn't doing well, and I feel like in my monthly resets I talked about it, probably not to the fullest extent, but she was there and I just was gonna hide it, and I'm not very public with things. So yeah, things definitely were not looking that great for many of my goals. Some of them, my goals, I did a really good job with, but I made like 24 and I can only think of like a handful, maybe two, that I know that I killed it. But a lot of them I was like, no, there's no way. I definitely did not kill it, and I was struggling a lot. It's kind of funny because I would do these monthly resets, right? Like share with you my monthly goals, and the hopes of that, right, is so I could, oh, I kind of want to lean back. Let's lean back real quick. Oh, taking you with me because my back hurts. Oh, okay. My laptop case fell off. Anyway, so yeah, I did these monthly goals in the hopes of like being able to keep track so I can get closer to my yearly goals. And it just didn't really make sense to me because like I'm a very private person, and I'm somebody who likes to like move in secret. Like that's kind of what I prefer, and I feel like it works best for me. And I wouldn't share my yearly goals, but I would share with you my monthly goals, and it just didn't really make much sense to me. I have no regrets, and I don't feel like I shared something I wasn't comfortable with, but it just, I don't know, it felt weird to like be like, okay, here are my monthly goals. I'm not gonna tell you my yearly goals, but here are my monthly ones. And I just maybe think because I don't like saying exactly like specifically what I want to happen by the end of this year. I don't know, it just seemed weird because for the monthly goals I was being very picky about what I would want to share, because I didn't want to share too much of my yearly goals, but I still wanted to do these monthly resets. I don't know, I feel like I've talked about it a bit in another video about how I am not a monthly reset girl anymore, but I just felt like that didn't really make much sense. Anyways, overall for 2024 I feel a lot better than I did in the previous years. I feel like I grew a lot as a person. I learned a lot as a person. I may not have achieved every single goal, but I feel like in every single category of my life that I wanted to have goals in, I'm better. Am I this athletic queen? No. But am I better than I was the previous years? Yes. Am I eating better? Yes. Am I more cognizant of my health? Yes. Did I go to the doctor? Yes, I really needed to go to the doctor that year, and I'm very proud that I went to the doctor to make sure that I'm healthy. But overall for 2024, I think that I will carry a lot of the lessons I learned. With that being said, let's talk about 2025 and what I hope to do this year. So for one, in 2025, I do not want to reinvent myself, like at all. I feel like in the last few years, I was so goal-oriented, I was so motivated, I was ready to reinvent myself, come out a better version of myself, and like be almost like unrecognizable. But I feel like in doing that, I completely forgot to enjoy the present, or at least like the present version of myself. I feel like I'm pretty good with staying in the present of like, I'm talking to someone, let me enjoy that quality time with somebody, or things like that. But in terms of myself and being like, okay, this is me, this is what I have, this is what I don't have, this is currently what's going on in my life, like I don't know if I really soaked all of that in and tried to just enjoy this current version of me because I'm always trying to reinvent myself. And right now, I just feel so incredibly blessed. I feel so happy in my current situation and the here and now, and it just feels wrong to, I don't know, like push this version of myself to the side and just try to focus on changing myself. And that's not to say that I don't have goals, because I do, but it's just more now that these goals are geared towards augmenting this current version of myself rather than changing this current version of myself. And I think a large part of that had to do with how in 2024 I knew I was going to be going through all these changes. I knew there was going to be a lot of instability. I knew that I was feeling anxious. There was just so much that I was worried about. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I just want to enjoy it. It just, I don't know, it just seems weird to be so like, you know, one moment I'm like so anxious and I'm like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen, like survival mode, anxiety, I'm gonna be moving, I'm gonna have all these new things occurring, like all these things that were causing me so much anxiety like 6, 7, 8 months ago. And then now I'm content, I'm happy, I'm not feeling an ounce of that anxiety that I did. It just feels weird to not just be in a state of like gratitude. And oh my god, am I getting emotional? That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, it just feels weird to almost like take it for granted, I guess, and just kind of always be like moving on to the next thing and like hustling on to the next thing, when not even a year ago I was so anxious and I didn't even know like what my present was gonna look like. And now that I know that my present looks like this, why would I try to want more? I feel like I'm always gonna want more. And it's like one of those things where it's like you have a goal, you reach that goal, and then you're still moving the goalpost, and then you never feel happy because you are constantly striving for new things. And I think in 2025 I don't want to move the goalpost. I want to just embrace what life is currently like, who's in my life currently, the things that I get to do currently, all those things. So yeah, for 2025, I'm not reinventing myself. I'm not trying to change my life. I am just happy to be here. Literally, that's just it. I'm just so happy to be here. And this is so refreshing because I feel like the last few years I was like on hustle mode, and I just was like, oh, like let's achieve this. And there were like huge dreams, right? And like I still have those dreams, but I have like bigger dreams now that are more in the day-to-day of life, enjoying the little things in life and being happy with what I currently have. So nonetheless, like I said, I did make some goals and I do have a vision board, and I will put up on the screen some pictures that I put on that vision board so you kind of know the vibes of 2025. One of the biggest goals that I have in 2025 is to get out of my comfort zone. I feel like my comfort zone is a huge reason why I felt so anxious in 2024, because my comfort zone would be changing, my safe space would be changing, and things that I'm used to would be changing. And I don't do well to change, and I'm not even trying to change that. I just want to be more comfortable getting out of my comfort zone. And so for 2025, I would love to get out of my comfort zone more, say yes to more things, not be so afraid of doing things, or at least like trying to, I don't know, just be very picky about how I do it and when I do it, and just kind of be more free and more chill. And I think too, because currently I'm 25 years old, I'm midway through my 20s, which is crazy, and I want to do more things that people do in their 20s. I want to live my life and do all those things before you have kids, before you know, have so many responsibilities. I want to live my life now. I want to do all those things now that I'm in my 20s. And I just want to be able to look back when I'm older and be like, oh yeah, I remember when I was in my 20s, I did X, Y, and Z. And I just felt like in the past few years, I've been in my little bubble and not exploring life to the fullest potential with travel or like friendships or whatever. I just really want to do that. So that's the biggest goal that I have. And honestly, the only one that I care to even share. I am feeling so relieved in 2025. I just love how I came into the new year with like such different energy. It's currently January 9th when I'm filming this. I made my goals I think last night, and like I didn't have this like rush of like, okay, new year, new me, try to like reinvent myself. Like it's giving slow. It's giving enjoying other things. It's giving be grateful for what you currently have. So yeah, that's my little chat for 2025. It's very different than last year, which is crazy. No 3-part series, no Be Brand New. And you know what? If that's you, that's fine. Like this isn't really meant to change you or make you feel any type of way. This is just me and what I'm currently experiencing, and I'm just so happy. I'm very happy and I just am, oh my god. Not the emotions again. They just like come out of nowhere. But 2020 for me was like not doing that great. And I'm just so happy that I don't have the same worries that I had. So I just want to embrace it, be grateful for it. But anyways, that is all for today's video. If you made it this far, leave the tulip emoji because I think it's a cute emoji. And I will see you guys in my next video and then in our 2026 reset, which I'm very curious to know what that's gonna be like, what that's gonna look like, what energy we're gonna bring in 2026. The way that thing even just rolls off the tongue sounds crazy. But anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye!